Yeah, definitely. Definitely very confident today. I've been confident, throughout OTAs, especially this year, just knowing the guys. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different offense than we had last year, so there is a process in getting to know that. But I'm definitely a lot more comfortable just with the guys and being in the huddle and in terms of communicating and all that kind of stuff.
So it looked like after the plays that Le'Veon Bell was not in there for, he was still standing there with the quarterbacks, kind of hearing the play call, I guess, from you. Did you have any interaction with him during that time, or you just kind of, can you go through what?
Yeah, definitely. No, me and Le'Veon were talking. Whenever a play was going on, I would, because the quarterbacks all get the play, so I would communicate the play to him, and he would kind of run it in his head, even if he wasn't out there. So it was very good communication in terms of that, and so it was very good to kind of have him back there and us communicating with him. And he's very eager to learn, which is really good, and we're excited to have him out there.
What was your reaction when you first learned that the Jets had signed him, Le'Veon?
Yeah, I was very excited to have the opportunity to work with him. I know how I've been watching him for a while now. When he was on the Steelers balling for them, so it was definitely very very exciting to hear the news that he was going to be playing with us, and I was going to get the opportunity to throw him balls and hand it off to him and let him go score and go 80 at any time. So just again very excited to have him out there.
Sam, how much time do you think it takes for you guys to be on the same page? I know it's always going to evolve, but to where you really feel comfortable with what he likes and what he doesn't like.
Yeah, I don't think there's really I don't think there's necessarily a certain time period that you can put on it. It's just kind of when we click, we click. If you remember last year, me and Robbie clicked a little bit later in the year, so there's no telling on when it would happen. Hopefully, it's a little earlier than that, but I think me and Le'Veon, we get along well, so that's kind of the first step in building that relationship. So it's good to kind of get on the same page with him and just see how he kind of runs routes and how he runs out there. I haven't seen him really run, and it was good to kind of see him run some routes and throw the ball to him a little bit.
Have you communicated with him, Sam, when he hasn't been here?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Le'Veon have been in contact, just more so talking, just talking, not too much about ball. Sometimes we talk, but it was more just how's everything going down there, how are your workouts, all that stuff. So, just that kind of talk.
Jonathan Harrison said the two of you have become very close on and off the field. How important is that for a center and a quarterback?
It's huge. Not just for a center quarterback, but the whole O-line, all the receivers, running backs, tight ends. You want to be close to everyone that you're working with, but especially there is kind of that center quarterback. You really want to be on the same page every single play, and for us to kind of have that ball on and off the field, it's awesome, and it makes things a lot easier out there on the field.
Go ahead.
Beyond the obvious of just production that Le'Veon might provide, what does he do from a more nuanced scheme standpoint for your offense in terms of making it versatile and predictable? How would you assess that?
Yeah, I think that's just it. I think Le'Veon makes it very, when he's out there, when he's in the huddle, the defensive coordinator doesn't know where he's going to line up, doesn't know what's coming his way. So he definitely, with Le'Veon out there, we become a little bit more unpredictable, just because he's such a great route runner. He's not just running a smoke, or he's not just running a 5-yard route. He could go deep on you. He could run a slant and win and score. So there's a lot of different things that he can do. So again, we're just really excited to have him out there, and it definitely does make it a lot harder on a defensive coordinator.
How did you feel about how the offense did today? Team periods, great competition.
Yeah, I thought we could have done a lot better. There's definitely room to improve, but today I thought was not our best. But again, it's just a process. We're looking to improve every single day.
Sam, did you guys install another chunk of the offense today, from what you guys were doing at OTA?
Yeah, every single day we're putting in, little by little. So, it's good to get out there and kind of, run through those things. I know, I got to make sure that I'm not getting too frustrated out there, especially when it's my first time running a play. So I just got to remember to, mistakes are going to happen along the way, but just got to be careful of, one thing you don't want to do, whether it's a new play or a play you've been running for years, is turn the ball over. We can't be doing that, and again, it's practice. We practice for a reason, but you don't want to be making mistakes like that out there.
The two previous times that we saw you, it was the Thursday and then Wednesday, so it was after you had already had that initial install. So kind of basing off of OTAs, is this something where you kind of get more comfortable when you start to run this place a little bit better as you go?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think everyone in the locker room would agree with that. I think, the longer you run the plays and the more looks you get with those plays, you know where to go with the ball. So it's just about seeing the play develop, knowing where to go with it in certain situations. So it's all about feel. And the more that we run the same stuff and, the more that, we install and the more looks that we get with these certain concepts and certain routes, the more comfortable I'm going to feel.
How much is playing against Greg Williams' defense every day helping you, and how much do you think it's going to help you when you're doing it more and more?
Yeah, it's challenging. Going up against Greg's defense is hard, but it's definitely making me better. I can say the same thing about last year with Coach Bowles. So, those defenses are hard to go against, and when you see it every single day in practice, it just prepares you that much more for the game. So. It's really, it's a great opportunity to get better, and it is for all of our guys and our coaching staff. So it's awesome to be able to go up against that every day.
What excites you about Robbie, and how good can he be, Robbie?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Robbie's he's a great threat for our offense. And he's got so much speed, but he's really developed into more of just a go runner. A takeoff guy. He's really, starting to run his routes. He's starting to have really clean routes. He really developed, I thought, a lot last year towards the end of the season. So we're really just looking to keep developing that. And me and him are just going to continue to have that kind of rapport that we've had and just continue to build off the success that we've had so far.
Sam, I'm not sure if we're going to talk to you next week during OTAs, but what's your plan after OTAs? Do you go back to California? Will you wait for a while? Will you work out with any teammates before training camp? What's your plan?
Yeah, I think, it'd be good to get some teammates, wherever we can meet up, whether I'm on the East Coast, whether they come out to the West Coast. But, yeah, definitely after OTAs, I'm going to be going back home for a little bit, spend time with family and friends, but definitely looking to meet up with some of my teammates, especially receivers, running backs, skill guys, to be able to get that rapport with them in terms of, route running and timing. So I'm sure, one weekend or, during the weeks at some point, we'll get some time together.
Adam's told us a few times that he'll tailor this offense kind of to you and what you do best, and kind of steer clear of what you don't. So while you guys have been installing things over the last few weeks, have you run into any, areas where you've kind of said to him, like, I don't feel comfortable with this, or I don't like this, like, let's go a different direction?
No, I mean, nothing drastic like that. I think for us, it's more of conversations like, oh, that felt a little, awkward, or I don't know how I feel about that. It's not like I'm never going up to him like, hey, that's not part of the offense. We can't do that. I'm not there yet, but but it's definitely, it's definitely conversations that we have where it's like, okay, maybe I don't do that so well. But again, there's room to grow. There's always room to grow for me. I feel like I have so much room where I can get better. Like I said in the beginning, just running these new concepts, new plays, learning where to go with the ball against a certain coverage. I mean, there's so much that we just got to get better at that, I don't want to just say, yeah, get that out of the playbook. That's not what we're doing. It's more of like, hey, how should I read that? I wasn't quite sure on what to do there. And then, hopefully the next time we run it, I don't make the same mistake twice. So I think that's kind of where we're at in the process, and that's where we're going to get to.
Take one more. What's going through your mind right now with all the systems you were in at USC, and a new system with the Jets last year, now a new system with the Jets this year? How complicated is that for Sam Darnold's mind to forget old things, remember new things, and just process everything?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm pretty, I think I'm all right at, kind of being able to separate things. So whether it was at USC or last year, I'm very good at, just kind of, putting stuff behind me and just moving on to the next, moving on to the next offense. I feel like I'm the same way kind of on the field. If a bad play happens, I'm able to move on to the next play. So it's just, I don't know. I think there's definitely a process there, though, where you got to erase some stuff, out of your memory bank. But I've definitely gotten a lot better at that, just, with the time that I've had to, kind of move on from USC's offense, then okay, this last year we were, using kind of a West Coast offense. Now it's Coach Gase's offense, so I've definitely had some practice with it, so that's helped a lot as well.